10 steps to get out of debt using Kaizen. Welcome to this video on how to use the principles of Kaizen to get out of debt. Kaizen is a Japanese philosophy of continuous improvement, which emphasizes making small incremental changes over time. By applying the principles of Kaizen to your finances, you can take control of your debt and work towards a debt-free future. In this video, I'll be sharing 10 steps you can take to get out of debt using the principles of Kaizen. Step 1. Monitor your expenses. To get out of debt, you must first understand your spending habits. You need to know how much money you're bringing in and where it's going. This step requires you to keep track of all your expenses for at least a month. Start by gathering all your bills and receipts and categorize them into different spending categories, such as food, transportation, housing, and entertainment. You can use apps or spreadsheets to make this task easier. Once you have a clear idea of your spending habits, identify areas where you can cut back. For example, you can make your coffee at home instead of buying it at a coffee shop, or you can take public transportation instead of driving to work. Step 2. Set a debt payoff goal. Setting a debt payoff goal is crucial for using the principles of Kaizen to get out of debt. It gives you a clear target to work towards and helps you to stay focused and motivated. To set a debt payoff goal, start by determining how much debt you have and what interest rates you're paying. Then set a realistic timeline for paying off your debt based on your current income and expenses. This may require some adjustments to your spending habits and lifestyle, but it's important to set a goal that is achievable. Once you have a specific debt payoff goal in mind, break it down into smaller, manageable steps. For example, you could aim to pay off a certain percentage of your debt each month or make an extra payment every quarter. Step 3. Break down your goal. Breaking down your debt repayment goal into smaller, achievable steps is a key principle of Kaizen. Instead of trying to pay off your entire debt in one go, focus on smaller milestones that you can achieve over time. This will help you stay motivated and avoid feeling overwhelmed. To break down your goal, start by listing all of your debts in order from smallest to largest. Then determine how much money you can afford to put towards debt repayment each month. Use this amount to create a debt repayment plan that prioritizes paying off your smallest debt first while making minimum payments on your larger debts. Step 4. Develop a personalized budget. Creating a personalized budget is essential for managing your finances and getting out of debt. It helps you keep track of your income and expenses and identify areas where you can cut back on unnecessary spending. Here are some steps to create a budget. Calculate your income. Determine your monthly income from all sources, including your salary, freelance work, and any other income streams. List your expenses. Write down all of your monthly expenses, including fixed expenses like rent and utilities, and variable expenses like groceries and entertainment. Categorize your expenses. Group your expenses into categories such as housing, transportation, food, and entertainment. Identify areas to cut back. Look for areas where you can reduce your expenses, such as eating out less, finding cheaper housing options, or canceling unnecessary subscriptions. Set financial goals. Determine how much you want to allocate towards paying off your debts each month and set aside some money for savings. Track your spending. Use budgeting apps or spreadsheets to track your spending and ensure that you stick to your budget. Step 5. Increase your income. Another effective way to speed up your debt repayment is to increase your income. This can be done by either taking up a side hustle or seeking a higher paying job. Explore side hustles. Consider what skills or services you can offer to others that could generate additional income. This could include freelance work, selling items online, or even driving for a ride-sharing service. Pursue higher paying opportunities. Look for job openings that pay more than your current job. You can also ask for a raise or promotion at your current job if you've been performing well. Invest in education or training. Consider investing in education or training that can increase your skills and make you more valuable to employers. This can lead to higher paying job opportunities in the future. Step 6. Prioritize debt payments. One of the most effective ways to get out of debt using Kaizen is to prioritize your debt payments. This means identifying which debts have the highest interest rates or the smallest balances and focusing on paying off those debts first. By prioritizing your debt payments, you can save money in interest charges and reduce the overall amount you owe. Here are some tips to help you prioritize your debt payments. List all of your debts, including the interest rates and minimum payments for each. Identify the debts with the highest interest rates and focus on paying those off first. If you have multiple debts with high interest rates, consider consolidating them into a single loan with a lower interest rate. Alternatively, consider using the debt snowball method, which involves paying off the smallest debts first and then using the money saved to pay off larger debts. Once you've paid off one debt, use the money you are putting towards that debt to pay off the next one on your list. Step 7. Negotiate with creditors. One of the most effective ways to get out of debt is to negotiate with your creditors. It may seem intimidating, but many creditors are willing to work with you if you communicate with them honestly and respectfully. Here are some tips for negotiating with creditors. Gather all your financial information, including your income, expenses, and debt. Contact your creditors and explain your situation. Be honest about your financial struggles and ask if they can offer any assistance, such as a reduced interest rate or a payment plan. If your creditors are unwilling to negotiate, consider working with a credit counseling agency or debt settlement company. These organizations can help you negotiate with your creditors and create a plan to pay off your debt. Be prepared to compromise. You may need to make some sacrifices or changes to your lifestyle in order to pay off your debt. Step 8. Acknowledge and celebrate your progress. Celebrating small victories is an essential part of staying motivated on your journey to becoming debt-free. Instead of focusing solely on the end goal, it's important to recognize and celebrate the small steps you take along the way. One way to do this is to create a system of rewards for yourself. For example, for every $100 paid off, treat yourself to a small indulgence, such as a favorite snack or a night out with friends. These small rewards can help you stay motivated and focused on your goal. Finally, don't be afraid to share your successes with others. Whether it's telling a friend or family member or posting about it on social media, sharing your progress can help keep you accountable and inspire others who may be on a similar journey. Step 9. Cultivate patience. While it's important to set goals and take action, it's also crucial to cultivate patience. Getting out of debt is a long-term process, and it can be easy to get discouraged or feel like you're not making progress quickly enough. But by practicing patience, you can stay motivated and focused on the end goal. One way to cultivate patience is to focus on the progress you've made, rather than dwelling on how far you still have to go. Celebrate every small win along the way and acknowledge the effort you're putting in to achieve your goals. Another way to practice patience is to find ways to make the journey more enjoyable. Consider finding low-cost or free activities that you enjoy, like taking a hike, reading a book, or cooking a meal with friends. These activities can provide a much-needed break from the stress of managing your finances and help you stay focused on your long-term goals. Step 10. Maintain good habits. Once you've achieved your goal of becoming debt-free, it's important to maintain the good financial habits you've developed along the way. This means continuing to live below your means, setting achievable financial goals, and regularly tracking your progress. Consider creating a budget and sticking to it, even if you have more disposable income now that you're debt-free. Remember that financial freedom isn't just about being debt-free, it's also about building long-term wealth and security. It's also important to continue using Kaizen principles to improve your financial situation. This means continuing to make small, incremental improvements to your financial habits and behaviors over time. Whether it's increasing your savings rate or investing in your future, there's always room for improvement. Remember, the journey towards financial freedom is ongoing, and it requires consistent effort and dedication. By maintaining good financial habits and continuing to use Kaizen principles, you can achieve lasting financial success and create the life you truly want. Thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best on your journey of continuous improvement with Kaizen.